just going to close my eyes for a moment. Just let me know once you've let everyone in. Once people have come in, just let me know.
I've admitted everyone.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Hi, everyone. We are here. My name is Sara Ivanhoe, and I am the yoga director here at USC. And we are once again at Yoga for Stress Relief. I'm really happy to be here this Wednesday afternoon for those of you who are joining me live. As you can see, for those of you who have been here in the weeks past, I swapped out my comfy rug for a yoga mat today because I'd like to do a little bit more of some of the standing postures in yoga. I feel like for our first kind of chunks of stuff, we've been keeping it pretty low and slow as a way to just kind of stay calming. But I want to just offer you guys some other tools because different people release stress in different ways. And some people relieve stress by calming down and getting still. And some people relieve stress by putting it through, getting it out. So I want to just, we'll be doing a little bit of that today. And so I'll be kind of doing some of the standing poses and doing them sort of slower, giving some alignment tips and sort of introducing those to you for those of you who are new to them. So what does that mean to you at home? If you aren't already practicing on a yoga mat, a rug will do just fine. But when we're standing, when the legs are apart, we don't want the legs to slip. So if there is a place where you either have a wood floor or you put maybe a towel or something on your rug, just something so when your feet are apart, you can kind of give them a push and they don't slip out from under you. It's just a safety tip. That's what we basically have been doing in the practice. Some of these practices you guys have seen I've done with socks on because I was kind of chilly and cozy in winter, but it is now officially spring here in LA. Spring has sprung, the buds are out, and man, it is hot outside. So my socks are off like a normal yogi, and I'll be ready for action and to kind of get going. The main thing when learning new poses or doing something a little bit more strenuous is it's going to hit your joints in different spots. As beneficial as yoga is to you, it does present certain challenges and risks. So if at any moment you start to lunge into something or lean into something or twist in some way and you're like that doesn't feel right to me, please just stop and back off. Don't keep doing it just because I'm here telling you to do it. Your main teacher is you. So go slow and we'll try to just keep our sense of humor and get through the best we can. We're going to start the way we usually do, seated in a comfortable position with our eyes closed. Take a few slow ujjayi breaths. With a hollow sound in the throat. And just set your intention today. Always reminding yourself that we are moving and breathing so that we can release tension and be more effective and kind in all that we do. Please open your eyes. We'll take the arms out to the sides and up. Deep breath in through the nose. And let's go clearing breath out through the mouth. Stick out your tongue. Palms to the heart. We'll do 2 more like that. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Last one in through the nose. Hold the breath, hold. Out through the mouth. Open your eyes and we'll do a little side lean. We usually warm up with a few easy seated stretches. Go down as low as feels right to you. Couple of deep breaths. And then come all the way up. And let's go over to side two. And then come all the way up. Nice. Let's change sides of the feet. Arms out to the sides and up in through the nose. And now just making a pursing with your lips out through the mouth. And again in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Last one in through the nose and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Out through the mouth. Open your eyes, release your hands. Let's just take a gentle seated twist to one side. Twist, close your eyes and get nice and tall through the spine. Open the eyes and release. And let's take side two. Get nice and tall through the spine, maybe a slight dip with the chin. Nice. Okay, and then release. Let's give the shoulders a little roll back and a little roll forward. And let's give the neck a little roll up and to the side and around a few times. And let's go back around, up and over to the left. Okay. Excellent. Into the middle. Nice. All right. Let's move on to our hands and knees. Just doing a little cat-cow to get started, lifting the heart, lift the sit bones, inhale. And rounding the spine, pull the belly and drop the head, exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling, let's just do that a few times. Into neutral spine. Let's lift up our right arm, left leg. Right arm, left leg, lift it up and extend. Pulling that belly in. And then release. And side two, left arm, right leg, lift it up. And release. Excellent. Let's get a nice little twist. You'll take your right arm out to the side, and then you're going to thread it through. So we're threading the needle to a little twist onto your right shoulder. Turn your whole body to the left. Give yourself a little twist. Gently. And then release. Let's take that left arm up to the left. Inhale. And then slide it all the way through. Come into a twist. Nice. Okay, great. And then release. Now we're going to come onto our forearms. So bring the forearms shoulder distance parallel. We're going to do cat and cow with the forearms. So you're going to lift your sit bones up, chest up, inhale. And round the spine, exhale. And continue. Inhaling and exhaling. Back and forth. Inhaling and exhaling. Great. And now we're going to kind of come into a forearm plank. So keep your upper body as it is. Curl your right toes under. Curl your left toes under. Coming into a forearm plank, pull the belly in, tailbone down, and just hold here for a couple of breaths. Building a little fire, building a little strength in the body. This is safe on the wrists. Great. And now release the knees down, bring the knees back in. And in between these sessions, we're going to inhale lift the heart and exhale around the spine. So back and forth. And then come to a neutral setting. And once again, a forearm plank. So curl the left toes under, curl the right toes under. We're in forearm plank. Just pick your left foot up off the floor an inch or so. Really strengthen your right leg, and with your forearms, push the floor away. And then release that foot down, get the other foot. And release. And now both knees down. Once again, walk the knees forward, cat, cow. On the forearms, of course. So inhale, you're lifting your heart. Exhale around the spine. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale around the spine. Back to a neutral spine. And now let's come into a regular plank. So now you've got straight arms. Great. Now we're going to do a regular plank. So curl your right toes under, curl your left toes under, and just hold regular plank on your hands, shoulder distance, belly is in, tailbone down, thighs are lifting up, tailbone scoops, breathing. And now release the knees down and back to cat-cow. Open the heart. And around, go back and forth a couple times on your own. And now we're going to go into regular plank again. And then we're going to lift the feet again. So just curl the toes under, take them back, get yourself nice and solid. Pick your left foot up an inch or 6, whatever feels right to you here. Hold, breathe, and then release that foot down. Let's get the other side. And release, and the knees release down, back to cat-cow. And I do these cat-cows to really wash it all clean. Okay, great. Now we're going to do plank again, and we're going to add side plank. So curl the toes under, take the legs back. You're going to roll onto your outside of your left foot and put the right foot to the floor in front of you with your right knee bent. And I'm just going to lean into that right hand, taking the opposite arm up. Stay here, or if you're up for it, stack your feet just for a breath or two. And then release your hand down, back to plank. And we'll go right into side 2. Pull to the outside of the other foot. Use that foot in front of you to brace, help for balance, help for strength. But then if it's not serving you and you can do just both arms, just go for that. Okay, and then release. Both hands down, back to hands and knees. You guessed it. Back to cat-cow. Inhaling and exhaling. Now, before our sequence here is done, just to be complete, now we got to go back to the forearms and do side plank on the forearms. You knew it was coming, right? So here we go, back on the forearms, back to plank. I'm going to roll to the outside of one foot, put the foot on top, take the hand to the ceiling. And then if I feel like I got it, both legs, try not to crash, right? Release down slowly, right into side 2. I start where it's easier with the help of the foot. And then you add challenge if you want to. And then release. Back to forearm plank. Let's go into dolphin. I'm walking my feet towards my forearms. Bend the knees a little bit, get some length in the shoulders, and then press the heels down. Okay, nicely done. That was a strong series. Bring the knees to the floor, sit back on the heels, slowly roll up, put your hands on your thighs, close your eyes for a moment. Just notice how you feel after that series. Let's do a little shoulder stretching. Go ahead and open the eyes. You'll take your right arm up over your head, bend your right elbow. You'll take your left hand and grab onto the right elbow and use your head to guide your right elbow backwards. Gently release the shoulder stretch. Let's get side 2, left arm up. Bend at the elbow. And then use your head to give yourself a little push. Keep those ribs in and soft. Okay, and then release. Let's try a little more shoulder stretching here. You'll take your right arm up in front of your face. Take the left arm under and around until they touch. Little shoulder stretching here. This is called the eagle pose, just the arms. And then release it. And let's take side 2, your left arm up, right arm wraps. Try softening your jaw. Soften the muscles of the face. Okay, great. And release. Let's take the body forward just a second, and then you're going to curl the toes under. Let's come back for malasana or a squat. So I'm going to take my feet, need to be a little bit wider apart. And then I'm going to take my toes out, my heels in. Right now, I'm still up on my heels. Use my arms to squeeze my legs out to the sides. Slowly lower the heels down. There they go. And then palms to the heart. Really try pressing down the outer edges of your feet, lifting the chest up. Okay, and then press down through your feet and come all the way to standing. And then let's just give the feet a little shake. So I'm going to stand on my right leg, left foot a little shake. Stand on the left foot, give the right foot a little shake. Excellent. Okay, good. Nice. Excellent. Here we go. So now I'm going to turn to the side and face you guys. So you should do the same. So now's the moment, if you haven't been on a slippery surface, sticky surface, you're going to want to be on a sticky surface now. As you can see with my legs wide like this, if I'm on a slippery surface, my leg might like boosh out from under me. And that is no fun, I tell you. It has happened to me. So as I do this, I look to see that my feet are basically parallel. That means my toes are not turning out, they're not turning in, they're pointing straight ahead. And I want to engage my legs when I'm standing. So I feel my feet on the ground like this. Now, without moving the feet, imagine that you could pull the mat apart with your feet. So just try that now. See how all of a sudden all of these muscles engage? That feels good. Okay, now let that go. Now, I invite you to try the opposite. Don't move your feet, but try pulling the feet towards each other. And now you feel all that on the insides, right? Like, okay, and let that go. So it looks like I just didn't do anything. But, if you just tried it with me, it's actually quite a lot. So sometimes I like to push my legs out. Sometimes I like to push my legs in. Sometimes I like to try doing both so that all sets of muscles engage at once. So let's try that now. Try pushing them out. So all of the outer thigh muscles and the glutes engage. Keep that happening. Also pull in and engage the inner thighs. That might be confusing. But like, I love being confused because we're in it. Inhale, lift your chest, keep all of the muscles engaging, and you're just going to lower halfway down to the floor. Place the hands to the floor way in front of you. I'm going to take my right hand to the floor directly below my face. I'm going to lean forward into the hand and take the opposite arm up into a nice open twist. We're going to hold it here for a good several breaths. Legs engage. And release the hand down. Okay, and let's go on side 2. Let's get that twist on the opposite side. And release it. Great, let's put the hands onto the hips, shoulders back, lead with the chest. Come all the way up to standing. Now we're going to move into a triangle pose, which we've done before. You're going to turn your right toes out to the right. I want to make sure that all 5 toes are pointing straight ahead. My leg turns with the toes. My back foot, I want to keep either not parallel or even a little bit more pigeon-toed. Some people pigeon-toe it quite a bit. That doesn't feel good on my ankles, so I usually just keep it parallel. But what's important about the back foot is you don't want it to cave in. You want to be pushing down outer edge of the back foot and then pushing that floor away, right? Now, as far as how the feet line up, it's as if you want that second and third toe to intersect my back foot there. So the foot's not way forward, it's not way back. You should be going sort of right in the center. Okay, now let's try what we just did with the feet before. Don't move the feet, but try with your feet to stretch the mat in two. And notice what that does to the muscles of your legs. Beautiful. And then you're going to hinge at your hips, right? So I'm kind of increasing this crease here, increase the crease, right? And so now I've got my body reaching forward. I'm not clunking like this. Keep my body lifted up, and I've got my legs engaged. And now I'll start to see where my hand wants to be. Below the knee, or slowly down, further down the calf, however that goes. You're going to take that back shoulder under, and now take your top arm straight up. So this is, again, triangle pose. Let's take a few breaths here. Just try to extend out now in every direction. So you stay here to exhale, and you almost always come out of your standing poses on an inhale. I inhale up because it kind of takes me up like a balloon, right? Okay, let's give the feet a break. I'm going to turn my back toes in now, and then these other toes straight out. With my hands on my hips, again, the thing to begin with is feet pull the mat apart, and the outer edge of that back foot pushes down so that my arch of my back foot is lifted, right? So I keep these pushing apart. I'm going to take my arms out to the sides. Actually, we started with hands on hips. Keep this activated, and I'm going to increase the crease of this front leg as I reach my body over. My legs are totally holding me, right? My belly's totally holding me. My chest is up. Now I take the bottom hand and put it down wherever onto this knee I think is a good idea. And then I take this top arm up. Sometimes when I do the arms, I feel like my legs forgot themselves. So you want to reestablish the legs, get them back up and happening. And then again, extend out in all directions and continue with your Ujjayi breath. Exhale fully. Again, you start to inhale, and the inhale will pull you up. Oh, that just pulled me right up out of it, no problem. Okay, great. Come back to center where my feet are parallel. I'm going to now move back to side one and take my feet a little wider apart. Wider apart, wider apart. Great. So we're going to be moving in and out of warrior two here. So I'm going to start with my legs nice and established as they are. And I'm going to start with my arms up, sort of lifting both sides of the waist to get nice and tall. I'm going to do just a little vinyasa here to get moving. So you'll inhale here to get tall. As you exhale, take the arms to the sides and bend your front knee. Great. Again, inhale. Exhale. That's 2, we're doing 5. Inhale. Three. And 5. And now we're going to hold it here. So again, just a couple of notes about warrior 2. You make sure that that knee is pointing between, like right around that middle toe, right? So you don't want it caving in. That's just safety on the knee. Make sure that knee is not going past the ankle forward in front of you. That way your front knee will be safe. And then back leg, just try to push the whole thing straight back behind you. Extend out through those fingertips. Just take a nice full breath here. Let's inhale to come up. And then exhale, palms to the heart, legs back to parallel. Just close your eyes for a moment. Couple of resting breaths. Okay, let's move to side 2. Allow your eyes to open. Starting to get into the zone there. Let's move to side 2. Now you're going to take the other foot out to the side. Again, make sure they're wide enough before you go anywhere. Do that thing that we learned before where you push the mat apart with your feet. So feel all of these things engage. Take my arms way up over my head. So this is my inhale. And then I exhale into warrior 2. That's 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hold it here on 5. Check the alignment of the front knee, making sure it's straight front to back and that it's straight over that front ankle. Engage the back leg, pushing down the outer edge of that back foot. Arms extend wide and breathe. All the way back up. Inhale. Palms to your heart, parallel the feet. Close your eyes and take a few breaths. Great. With your legs wide, go ahead and put the hands on the hips. Take a deep breath in, nice strong legs. And then we're going to fold forward and taking the head towards the floor in between the legs. And you don't need to go where your head touches. In fact, that kind of stops you. So it's great if your head doesn't touch, no big deal. And while you're here folding forward, notice how you can rock back into your heels or forward into your toes a little bit. Do the motion where you roll forward into your toes and then engage the legs. Stay forward into your toes. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale all the way to standing. Beautiful. I'm gonna have you bring your legs together. And we're gonna do one of a classic all-time favorite standing pose is the tree. So that we start with our legs together, not wide. So you're gonna spread your right toes nice and wide. So you've got a good real estate on the ground. Bend your left knee out to the side. You can always do your tree right here with that foot on the floor. Now, you don't have to make a big balance thing if you don't want to. This is already plenty. If you want to, you can take the foot a little higher, or what I usually do is I reach down, grab the foot, take it to the top of the thigh, and then find my balance here. You're trying to squeeze the heel and the thigh together. Woo! Okay. And when you're ready, you can take your arms up. Dare you to try to talk while you're doing this. Is to breathe, and if you need help with a balance, just look at something that doesn't move. Okay, I'll take it. Let's come all the way down from tree. It's just such a grounding pose, and let's get that on the other side. So spread the toes wide, and then let's take the knee out to the side. And come to the ankle. Again, this may be your tree pose for today. That's cool. Or just below the knee, or if you like, go ahead and take it all the way to the top of the thigh. So I'm pushing these together, right? That creates like a tension. And this is the kind of tension we actually like, not the bad tension, good tension that keeps us held together. And then if when you're ready, you take the arms up over your head. And a few long, deep breaths here. Whoop. Oh, I got it. I got it. See, even teachers start to fall sometimes. Okay, recovered the balance, but we're going to come down and out of it. Excellent. Okay, so now the next one we're going to do is extended side angles. We're going to take the legs wide again here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do before we do that? A little prep for your hips. I think you'll like it. Take both feet 45-degree angles out, straight out from away from you. So it's as if my feet are pointing to the corners of the mat, something like that, with both legs. I'm going to bend my knees. As they bend, they kind of start to flop in. So I'm going to really use my musculature to squeeze the knees out to the sides as I start to bend here. I'm going to put my hands on my thighs and prise the legs apart. So I'm really working here. Just don't, just with caution. I'm going to inhale, lift my heart up. And as I exhale, I'm going to twist and push that thigh away from me. That's the exhale. Inhale to center and exhale to twist. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Let's do one more round. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Great, straighten the legs, awesome. Now our hips are super ready for extended side angle. I'm gonna take the legs wide, wide apart. And again, these toes are pointing straight out from away from me, and they're as I bend the knee, it's gonna point out, right, it's gonna track straight in between that foot there so that my knee is safe. And I'm gonna take this pretty easy. I'm gonna start on my forearm. As I'm here in my forearm, I wanna make sure that my back leg is squeezing nice and straight and strong in the outer edge of the back foot, pushing down. I'm gonna take my arm straight up over my head here, lift out of the bottom shoulder, lift the chest up, push through the fingertips. My hips might get a little lower. And then come all the way up to standing. Okay, let's get that on side 2. Switching sides with the feet. So outer edge of the back foot pushes down, back leg pushes straight back behind me. I bend that front knee, lean into the forearm, and take that arm straight up overhead. I'm dropping my hips down and lifting up. Breathing. Okay, wonderful. Come all the way up. Now let's parallel both feet. We're going to go straight down again to the floor, head towards the floor. And now from here, you're going to bring your whole body over to one leg and try twisting up towards the ceiling. So we're kind of hitting different spots in this twist. Your chest is towards the thigh and then up. I have my forearm on the floor, but you can do this however that feels right. Okay, and then let's come back to center. And then let's go to side 2. You're gonna move towards that leg, chest to the leg, and then chest to the ceiling. Okay, and then back to center. You can just climb in there as far as that feels comfortable for you. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, standing. Take a breath. Once again, bring your heels in and your toes out to that 45-degree angle. Once again, bend the knees and squeeze them out to the sides. We're just going to do a little more with the hips and a side bend here. So inhale to the side. Exhale to center. Inhale, open to the side. I'm pushing the thighs open, right? So the knees don't cave in. Exhale to center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Great. Straighten the legs. This is going to be the last one. So you're going to parallel your feet again, last time. This time, interlace your fingers behind your back. Give the arms a squeeze up to the ceiling, forward towards the floor in front of you as you fold forward. Push down through the feet, lead with the chest all the way up to standing. Okay, that was a lot of standing work. Let me just check our time. Wow, we have been moving solid. So let's go ahead and come to a seated position. I want us to do just a little bit of core work. Go ahead and lean back with your hands under your thighs. Just hold yourself here for a moment and take your arms forward. So this is a wonderful way to just do boat navasana whenever, however you like. And then if you like, you can straighten your legs and then hug your knees in. So now we're going to sort of move in and out of that with bent knees to straight legs, or you can just hold any of those. So I start here. This is my exhale position. I'm going to inhale, open slightly, and then exhale. Just do that a few times. Great, and knees hug in. Great, let's do a Janu Shirshasana. So I'm going to reach my right leg forward, bend the left knee out to the side, square my body towards that front leg. I like to take my hands in front and kind of pull my spine long, my chin in slightly. At the same time, I'm flexing the foot and pressing the thigh down. Let's hold here for a few moments. Come all the way up. We're going to take this leg over the bottom leg. So my left foot over my right thigh. I take my hands behind me, lift up, get nice and tall. I'm going to use my hand to grab onto the thigh, pull myself into the twist. Yes, of course, this right foot is flexing, right leg strong. And then if you're feeling it, you can take this arm over that leg into a deep twist. Great, and then release that. I'm going to take this leg all the way over, and then I'm going to take the bottom leg under, and we're going to move into our hip opener for the afternoon, a Gomukhasana. So my knees are as stacked up as they're going to get today. It's not perfect, but I'm just doing what I can here. I'm going to just fold forward, let the head drop, and you want to aim the stretch into those outer hips. Okay. Ooh, I'll take it. So I'm going to just lean back. Take my legs back to where they were. Yes, we are doing another round. We're going to inhale and exhale. Keep going. Okay, beautiful. Let's get this whole sequence on side two. Taking that left leg forward, right knee out to the side. Square myself to the front. And again, I like to walk my hands forward, pull my spine straight as I use my leg muscles to push down. Definitely not going as farther on this leg as I did on the other. Okay, and I'm going to come on up and into that twist. I take my right foot all the way over my left leg to the outside of the left thigh. My hands are behind me. I use them to get length on my spine. My left hand's going to grab onto my right leg. Maybe this is enough. or I take my elbow to the outside of the thigh. Either way, I'm lifting through the heart, lifting through the top of the head, keeping my breath smooth and even for the twist. Open the eyes, release your arm. We're going to move into that full hip opener. So my right leg over my left, bend my left knee underneath. My knees are getting remotely lined up here, and then I'm walking my hands forward. Drop the head. I am feeling complete, almost. Somehow just feels like we need to slide one more of these in. Inhale, exhale. A few times like this, just as much as you've got some mojo for. I think that is about enough. Hug the knees in and make your way onto your back. Bring your knees to your chest. Great, let's get one good back bend in here. You're going to take your feet on the floor, hip distance in parallel, arms down by the sides. Press down through your heels, scoop the tailbone up off the floor, and come into a bridge pose. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, place your fingers underneath you. I'm going to press my arms down, lift my hips up. Release the arms out to the side. Slowly peel the spine down. Let's bring the knees to the chest and let's take a happy baby pose. So that's, I take my knees to my chest. My knees actually come open to the side. Then I'm going to take my feet, flex them, and take the feet to face the ceiling. Now with my hands, I grab the outsides of my feet and I try to bend my knees, pulling my knees towards the floor. You do want to also try to keep your low back on the floor and like the top of your butt area. Keep that on the floor as you pull in. Release the knees and the feet all the way. Let's try this version of a twist this afternoon. Cross your right leg all the way over your left, like you're sitting in a chair. And then you're going to slightly pick your hips up off the floor to the right. And then I bring my knees to my chest and my knees go all the way to the floor on the left. They don't have to hit the floor, right? If you want to keep your right shoulder on the floor, they won't go all the way probably. I like getting a stretch on my shoulder. So for me, I don't usually have the shoulder on the floor, but a lot of people feel like that's important to pin. doesn't quite feel right for my body, but I encourage you to play with more stretch in the shoulder, more stretch in the low back. See what feels right to you here. And then let's go ahead and come all the way up and then untangle. To get side two, remember I crossed my left leg all the way over my right. Again, like a really tight crossing. I push down through my feet. I picked my hips up to scooch them to the left a little bit. Then I bring my knees into the chest and then bring them towards the floor on the right side. And for me, I'm having both things float. I'm having my shoulder float and my knees float. And you'll hit different stuff. You can have the knees down and get a huge pectoral shoulder stretch, or you could have the shoulder all the way down, get more of a stretch in your low back. Depends on where you want the stretch to be. Okay, and then release it. Bring the knees to the chest. You are done. Let's take Savasana. It's going to feel so good. Legs all the way flat on the floor. Let the feet and legs flop open. Yeah, feet and legs flop open. Then arms come out to the sides. Turn the palms face up. Give your fingers and toes a little squiggle around. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then let's go out through the mouth and let your eyes close. Let your mouth close. Then come back to a natural, easy breathing pattern. Stay here. With your eyes closed, please get a mental picture of the shape that your body is making now. Notice that your body expands slightly on the inhale. It softens and relaxes on the exhale. Watch the shape of your body rise and relax. Okay, that is going to be it for us this afternoon. We've got just a couple more weeks left in our series. I just want to give a shout out to those of you who have been hanging with me week to week. It is really not easy to commit to something like this. So much easier to just, oh, I'll just scroll through social media, or I'll get on the phone with a friend, or it's so easy to just do something else during this hour. I really hope that you stopping everything and really using this hour to recharge has helped you to then be able to get back out. That's why we did it on the hump day, right, on Wednesdays, so that you could like get back out for the second half of the week and give everything your all. So thank you so much for jumping in and being on the ride with me. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.